Man, that was great.
I'm just kidding. All right. This is called the Underqualified Podcast. Basically, the design of this is we are going to pick a subject every week to talk about that we have no business talking about. Today we're starting with SpaceX. So the SpaceX launch was this last weekend. We're going to kind of dig into that and give you guys our thoughts and feels on it. So,
I did not watch the launch. I was busy taking dubs on Warzone, but I heard it was great. I heard astronauts went well. Two of them went up.
Yes, that's correct.
Two of them did go up. What space did they land on a space station?
Yes, they landed on the International Space Station. They're there right now. I believe it took them 19 hours to get there. And they actually didn't. I read that they didn't control anything at all. It was all manually.
Wow.
So the ship did all the work. So they just rode up there. They drove it for a little bit on the way up just to like test out the water. But other than that, they didn't really do anything. So
I heard it was 18 hours because when they launched up, they had to find the space station in orbit.
Yeah.
So they just float there until they came together.
So my question is, if they didn't fly the ship, how hard?
How hard can
it be?
Being an astronaut?
Yeah, throw me up there.
Easy money.
What they were wearing did not seem that intense. It looked like plastic and plastic helmets.
Yeah.
Well, I think at the end of the day, these guys are geniuses.
Yeah.
How?
Because
how? They didn't do anything.
Think about this. They left Earth at the perfect moment. Like, who wants to be on Earth now with all this
so
chaos and rioting going on? It's like
chaos and rioting. We can just change gears here, boys.
No. We're sticking with SpaceX today. All right. So here's my next question: is Elon Musk a genius or is he a horrible CEO? Tell me that.
I would say there's no business running a company, but the guy's an effing genius.
Yeah, he is.
He is brilliant. Weird looking face.
Absolutely.
But I feel like you got Zuckerberg. Weird.
There's something going on with that guy that we don't know.
Oh, he's a reptile.
He might be. He might be.
Have you seen those
he
eyes?
Might be. Yeah.
Eyes are.
Yeah,
crazy.
I'm not 100% sure that there's not somebody else controlling him behind the scenes, but that's just me.
Have you seen there was some memes going around about a therapist talking to the person. What are you scared about? Is it Trump, Zuckerberg, or something together?
Yeah.
He's not real, and there's a picture of Trump's hair on Zuckerberg, and it's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life.
I don't want that.
I think a good question that I want to talk about is, how does Elon... What?
No, sorry.
How does Elon attract so many people's attention that they have to do zero marketing whatsoever?
That's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Tesla doesn't advertise at all. They don't have any
Zero
advertisements,
advertisements.
which is unbelievable.
So how do you think a person can get to that point?
It's over promising.
Yeah.
It's wowing your audience to the point of, dang, that's crazy. Let's pay attention to that. He's never gonna actually do it as we see.
Yeah.
But you're still grabbing the attention of your audience.
Yeah, it's tough though because I feel like Tesla's doing pretty damn well. We're trading at $800 something a share right now.
Most shorted stock.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you're overqualified now. You gotta get off. You gotta get off the podcast.
Overqualified.
That's too much knowledge for
Yeah,
knowledge?
sorry,
Okay.
buddy. You're done. You're done.
But
okay.
I'm pretty sure they are. They're
Most shorted.
Most shorted.
Okay.
Because it's so volatile. Because it goes up and down.
Yeah, but we're talking about earnings sharks here who are just waiting for the earnings to come out each year or each quarter and short them. That's probably what it is.
Probably.
They perform pretty well. I mean, the guy's done something right. I mean, how many companies does he have? Neuralink.
No. That's they're drilling through it and then control
You heard about Neuralink? Mm-hmm. So that's scary.
Insane.
That's we're getting to questionable lengths there. I don't know if I want that.
So I think what we're diving into though is he makes things that humans find so fascinating.
Yeah.
So how does he think of these fascinating things?
Yeah.
You watches Blade Runner?
Yeah.
That's where I get to. You just watches Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Things that humans don't think is possible. And that's what's so exciting, maybe.
It's true.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Bringing this to the whole underqualified thing is Redmond. I redid his bathroom there because I had a flooring job. Mm-hmm. We went in there and
to Elon Musk's house.
Not to Elon Musk's house, but his SpaceX base in Redmond.
Oh, I didn't know he had one in Redmond.
Did his whole
no way.
Yeah, his whole toilets and everything, and it was like super nice. But I like to think that he, dribbled some urine on my work that I did. So I feel like I'm actually contributing a lot to SpaceX.
Dude, that's perfect.
Because without me and my
that actually
guys,
might be overqualified.
Yeah.
The fact that you're so close to the subject.
Wow.
So I feel like I have a tie to Elon Musk that he doesn't know about. That could be really creepy when I meet him.
I mean, that's huge. Yeah, that's a icebreaker right there. You ever meet him? You ever meet the guy? It's your set.
Do you know what did it smell like?
Yeah.
In there?
Yeah.
Oh, it smells like fumes.
You eat asparagus often, Mr. Musk? You're asking that?
Seriously, it's like...
Wow. All right.
Yeah. So that's a little story.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So another thing that I think not a lot of people know about. This was what I was talking about the other day with a buddy of mine. Is that they have the potential to be like the number one insurance company in the world as well, because they're going to, once everything is dialed in with Tesla, which is not far. I mean, the stats are, I think it was 1 in every 600. That could be totally off. That's an underqualified stat for you right there. But they really don't have many mistakes with the self-driving capabilities of their cars. And once they get that dialed in, which it'll only get better. I mean, the amount of data that they have is out of this world, right? So once that technology gets up to par, they're going to create a subsidiary company, insurance, and it's going to be an insurance company that never pays out, because they're never ever going to have accidents if they're having the computer drive the car. So the potential there for them to grow is just astronomical. But that's all depending upon how well the self-driving technology works. But I mean, there's really no downside to that. I don't see them not being successful in that area at all. So that's another crazy thing.
But then, that is a crazy thing, and I think that's only going to do good for everybody in America and across the world. But then you got to think, how can we trust the machine to make a choice between an old guy and a cane walking across the street? You're doing the autopilot, your hands are on the wheels, because I know that's or steering wheel.
Yeah.
And the mom with the child right there. Like I don't know if I want to entrust machines in charge of life like that.
So would you guys want to get a self-driving car, in the sense of, I mean, I don't mind driving. I kind of like driving. I
couldn't do it personally. I couldn't do it at all, actually. I don't think there's any chance in the world I would be able to. I mean, on the freeway, I mean, there's no chance I would.
Road trips would be nice.
Yeah,
road trips would be very nice.
Yeah. Maybe watching a movie or something.
Yeah, that would be epic. I'd be all for that.
I'd be down, but then, like, it's like the dilemma of, like, what if, like, all the variables that the machines are taking into account for you. Yeah. Because if you're driving, you're like, oh, I'm just gonna panic and swerve off the road entirely, rather than hitting somebody. Yeah, definitely.
I feel like we're already becoming. Technically, we're all robots, except the only thing that slows us down is typing on our phone. Yeah. And I feel like that's just like another step up, where it's just like, why are we always trying to improve ourselves and make better?
Because I think that's like human nature, from where we came from, differing views. But for the most part, we started at this point and we're progressing, not linearly but exponentially, to being whatever as people we want to be. Yeah.
So we're getting like way too deep right now. SpaceX. All right, back to SpaceX. So let's talk about terraforming here.
Terraforming.
So I've been
explain what terraforming is.
Okay, I don't know if I can really.
Terraforming is.
It's a really qualified answer. Right?
When we jump off Earth, let's dumb it down. You're going from your Earth, your base, to look that up. Yeah.
Okay, so essentially it's translating Mars into a livable place. That's the basis. That's a elevator pitch, right?
Who are you pitching that to on an elevator, though?
Anybody. Try me. Investor, Paul Singer, Bill Ackman, anybody. Billionaires. Hey. Yeah. I'll throw those things out there every day. Yeah.
Rockefellers? I don't want any Rockefellers on
So here's the definition.
Mars.
Here's the definition. Yeah. Those guys suck. Those guys suck. All right. All right, terraforming or terraformation of a planet, moon, or other body is the hypothetical process of deliberately modifying its atmosphere, temperature, surface topography, or ecology to be similar like the environment of Earth to make it habitable or Earth life-like. So essentially, I think what that would do for us is make Mars not a desert. You know, that place, there's no water there. You know,
there's water, right?
Yeah, but
Elon, right? He said something.
Yeah, but we're talking like, you know, not even enough for like a little slug or something to live there. You know, right? So this is something that Elon Musk believes is going to happen within the next, not this generation, but the next generation. He said there's no way that they could do it, but he believes that it's a possibility, right? So I say there's no chance that happens.
No chance.
No chance.
I would say with the rapid from like 2000 to 2020, I think we've grown so much as a nation.
Yeah.
And so much like just how we think and what we're doing and like technology.
Mm-hmm.
Right in like 2000, you would never think, oh, I can just like look at your new laptop, like turning up music right here, or we have a screen in our hand, on our wrist, in front of us, and our laptop.
Yeah.
And then we can speak to this object to dim the lights.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
I lost track too.
Okay. Apple Watch, iPhone.
I get it. Yeah,
laptop.
Yeah. No, tracking there, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't. How does it connect?
Has it connect?
Yeah.
Because we're progressing so much in a short amount of time.
I get that. So you're saying that since 2000 we had Nokia phones. Now that we have iPhones that can do anything, you think that progression is comparable to changing a planet in space?
I think so. Yeah, I'll argue that.
But
well, here, what's the fundamental question of why do we need to change planets in the next generation?
Why do we?
Yeah. Why are you wanting to do this?
Are we gonna do like personal views or like?
Yeah.
Well,
or like what's your
like
thoughts?
Like a good example would just be like overpopulation.
So that's interesting. The fact that there's a pandemic going on right now. You wonder if more of those are going to come around.
I would say so.
Did China make the coronavirus?
Bill Gates did.
Bill Gates did.
Bill Gates, I love it. He could have.
So here's my thoughts. Back to terraforming. There's no chance that happens in the next 100 years. Because we do not have even close to the capabilities to make it to Mars alone and back. All right. We're back live. Sorry about that. We had a battery mishap.
Difficulty.
All right. We were talking about
terraforming.
Las Vegas and terraforming. Okay. So
we get into that story later. That was crazy happenings. But terraforming, I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
I think there's so much potential in it.
Yep.
I think.
Why do you think it's a great idea?
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you why it's a great idea, and then you tell me why it's not.
Let me ask you this before you say anything else. Do you think we're destroying the planet?
Destroying the planet?
Yeah.
I say with so many people on the earth, I think we're doing something bad.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Or like something harmful to
absolutely
whatever, but then we're kind of the highest species like to live on the earth.
Okay. So
then there's the argument like, oh, like why can't we not do whatever we want?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But then it's possibly going to come back and bite us in the butt.
Okay.
With if someone's eating a bat, right, and then causing this whole thing.
Yeah.
That we've seen with numbers, we only have like 3 dead in Washington.
Yeah.
Or like something very small.
It's not that, but
could be. We're underqualified.
That's a little higher.
But,
yeah.
But I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
Why not shoot for the stars?
No pun intended there.
But I feel like you have your own agenda you're pushing, so let's hear it.
No, what are you going to say?
I just think that it's a great idea, but I think that there's no chance. I mean, we're talking
Have you heard about haters? Sorry for interrupting.
We're talking about going to Mars in the next 100 years, right? Do you think SpaceX is going to get to Mars?
But I'm coming fresh off flat Earth theory.
Okay.
So I'm all for this.
Here's the other question. What's on the other side of the Earth? We were on this side, but what's on that?
No. If we can go land on a space station.
Okay. Yes.
Right, and we've sent rovers.
Which is not far. It's not far. It's in orbit of the Earth.
Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's close though.
If you think about it, we came from living in caves and writing on walls.
Okay.
Hunting with spears.
Okay.
To we have a space station.
Yep. All right.
Within how many years? What are we talking?
What's that? What do you mean?
Like 10,000 years? from like us living in caves to having a space station on Earth.
Yep.
And we're growing exponentially.
Okay.
From that point.
Absolutely.
What is there not to say that we can land on the moon and terraform the shit out of it?
Okay. So I think that it's very possible we make it to Mars in the next 100 years. I think it's very possible. SpaceX is doing some unbelievable things. Obviously, technology is there's no end in sight. It's exponential growth. Yeah. Absolutely. But we're talking, I mean, an astronomical jump from going to Mars, sending a human to Mars and back.
Yeah.
Versus changing the atmosphere of a planet, right?
Yeah. Also having an entire society living up there. Like, I think
absolutely a sustainable society.
Yeah, people can live up there. I'm saying 5 to 20. Yeah. Sure, like I'm sure that they can sustain a little
20
thing.
people up there.
I'm saying like the easiness, but I'm saying a whole world of people.
Yeah.
A whole world.
A whole.
Yeah. You guys seen Alter Carbon? Hopefully, no.
No.
Some of the viewers have had to see Alter Carbon.
Okay, so all 6 of them.
Bro, we're shooting for the stars right now. I'm gonna bring that.
No,
back.
let's hear it.
But no, because like Alter Carbon, the whole thing is like there was this world, like not spoiler or anything. There was this world, our world, and then somehow we figured out the technology to download consciousness into a chip.
Okay.
And that consciousness is always there. So Jack has his consciousness always in this chip.
Keep going.
The Mark of the Beast.
Okay.
Keep going.
And that chip can go with you, and then if Trey dies, he has a sleeve, right? Because we don't care about people anymore. We just care about money and then your consciousness, and that can get downloaded. Elon was talking about, what was the thing about the brain? Neuralink. He said on, I think, Joe Rogan's podcast that hopefully will get to a point where that can freeze like all your motor functions and kind of cryogenics, like freeze you, like shut you down and then wake you back up and you're kind of the same person, right? So that makes sense with getting to Mars because there's that huge long gap to where you take off and you land and it's like, what, 5 years? Something kind of crazy.
Okay.
So if we can freeze our consciousness and kind of who we are in our aging.
Yeah.
I don't, if we can get that nailed, I don't see any problem with going to Mars.
Okay.
Because I think we have the technology possibly to terraform it, but then getting there might be the problem. And that's why.
So you think right now, if we could get to Mars, we could terraform it?
No, I don't think we could get to Mars and get all the equipment.
But if we could get there right now with everything, that was no problem. Let's say it was just 100 yards off the surface of Earth. We could get there. You think we could terraform it? I
would love to think that.
But you just said that.
What?
You said that. I don't think it's the.
Like we're talking about actually terraforming, or like why we would terraform.
We're getting off. We're too underqualified.
No,
do you like you know
what's he's saying like he likes the thought and he thinks he wants it.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Like actually happening.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Actually, I think
it's up in the wind.
Cryogenics is a great point. I think that would be a huge thing because a lot of the problem with it is the distance it takes to get there and the length it would take to get there. So I mean that's a good point. Absolutely. So let me ask you this: have we even been to the moon?
Yes.
Well, yeah. There's a huge community of people that don't think we did.
If you think we haven't been to the moon, you can stop watching. We're out of here. We're done. We don't need your pity view. All right. get out of here. All right.
No, I think if we've made it to the moon, then what says we can't make it to other planets?
Yeah.
Yes, it's farther, and yes, we have more resources and fuel.
Yeah.
End of the day, I would love to my grandchild is on Mars.
Yeah.
He's gonna get back in couple days, hopefully. Just
that'd
thinking
be epic,
outside of the box. This is gonna be crazy.
So let me lay down something for you. You might not know. I heard this on the Rogan podcast as well.
Here we go.
There is 600 tons of meteors that hit the surface of the Earth every single day. What? 600 tons.
What?
That literally hit the surface of the Earth every single day.
Are we talking like a bunch of minute little pieces of asteroid?
Yeah.
That comes in?
It's mainly dust. Yeah.
To then equate to a ridiculous amount.
But it is 600 tons, right?
That's crazy.
That's
so it's that's absolutely unreal. But if you ever, look at the moon, all those, divots and everything, that's not from Transformers. That's from meteors and asteroids and all that stuff. It's like, another thing they said on there is we're literally in the middle of a shooting gallery, right? We're flying through space with things coming in and breaking through our atmosphere, hitting the moon. The moon doesn't have an atmosphere, so they're just plowing into it. It's there's no stopping that. It's just flying into there, and so that's another thing to think about. It's pretty unpredictable.
No, that's really true. But I love the idea of like going to Mars and living there, or having generations up there, or something like that.
Absolutely.
Super cool. And then there's so many variables that could go wrong, could happen, this, that, and the other thing. But I think if we're in our other previous cut, if we have cars that are self-driving and doing all the calculations, what says we can't have, or we got to figure out how to make an atmosphere, and then like anti-asteroid stuff. We have anti-aircraft stuff. Yeah. What says we can't have something to explode that asteroid to have, like you said, dust come down?
That's a good point.
Which is sick. Like, if you think about that, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that'd be epic. That would be.
I think it would be like so cool.
It would be. All right.
It would, but we have a non-believer here.
No, I
feel like we have a non-believer.
I think it could happen. What do you think?
I personally don't want it to happen.
Yeah.
Why?
Why
do you not want it to happen?
I think that we were supposed to create an Earth, and there's a reason why there's no life on Mars.
Yeah.
But there is life. Microorganisms living in frozen water, which is ice. Okay. That we've gotten samples from because we've landed rovers on that.
Yeah, we didn't come back, though. Those things don't come back.
Something did. How do we know they're there?
No, the rovers don't come back, dude. Those things...
What about the samples? I thought we have information about Mars.
Yeah, they didn't bring it back, though. Those things don't come back.
They're still out there.
So no, they're dying.
We gotta get
They
them.
die out there. That's like they have like they have like big ceremonies for when they're like, that was just only in the last 2 years. One of the rovers, the last one they sent there died, and it expired, ran out of juice.
What's that?
Yeah.
So instead of polluting our Earth, we're polluting Mars as well. Is that what you're doing?
Absolutely. Bernie 2020.
2020. I don't know if he's gonna do it. I think he's completely out of the race right now.
He dropped out. He's not going to do it. Anyways, no politics on here, right? What were we gonna say?
Yeah. No, I forgot my comment, to be honest.
It was gonna be too woke for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's too qualified.
All right. Well, we're closing in here on 20 minutes. It was a hell of a time. Great discussion.
We're signing off. I think we should just talk.
We'll be here. We'll be here once a. We'll be here once a week. Every Thursday, we're gonna drop a new podcast on YouTube. Follow us, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
That was it.